It seems like every other day I walk outside to go to the shop and find a car parked in my driveway that I'm not familiar with. What the hell's going on out here, this freaking Trans Am?
So it's not mine.
Oh.
No, I wish.
It's a yours.
It's not mine.
Oh, okay. Well, I was... So you've been working on the 55 today?
Yeah, changed the oil. The oil looks great.
Good.
Coming out of it. It still looked new.
Good.
So, yeah, it's fresh oil.
Very good. Well, I got to run up to House of Pearls to go take some parts up there for my Malibu.
Okay.
I'll be back after a bit. Tanner and I took my Malibu up to House of Pearls the other day to drop it off so I can get a new hood put on. I bought a new 4-inch Sunoco style fiberglass bolt-on hood from GlassTech that I need to get fitted and painted to match the car. Once they had the hood block sanded, it was time to try and match up the paint color to the 49-year-old original paint on my Malibu. Once they had the base color dialed in, it was time to pour the clear to it. And once it dried, they set the hood on the car to see how well the paint matched before they moved to the next step, which is cutting and buffing. Nikki had that hood cut and polished, smooth as glass. But before the hood's finished, they needed some Cal Induction emblems that I bought at Jegs, just like the ones I had installed on my Cal Induction hood before. I also needed to take the hood pins set up to them, just in case they could fit the hood pins to the hood while it's there. I also decided that while the car is up there, I'd have them bring their paintless dent removal guy in and go over the car and take out as many dents as he could. The PDR guy worked on the car for about 4 hours on Tuesday, and by Wednesday afternoon, the car was just about ready for me to come and pick up. Paul went over the entire car and found almost everything wrong with it, including a missing license plate bolt on the back of the car. Having someone I can rely on that's so detail-oriented that they take care of little things like that without even being asked is really nice. And anything I've ever brought up here has always come out looking like $1 million. Dude, that looks amazing.
Pretty good.
Thank you guys so much.
Color kicked my ass a little bit.
Did it?
Yeah.
You said it was going to be difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, you're matching 49-year-old paint.
That's the key. That was the hardest part. Solid colors are already kind of challenging for me, and plus those are the ones that people expect them to be the easiest.
Oh, yeah, and they're not.
For me, they're the hardest, so when you don't get them perfect, you look stupid. Compared to a metallic or a pearl, you got something to help you.
Those I would feel those are more difficult.
They're easier for me. I don't know what it is. Other than your El Camino wasn't the easiest. That had a bad flop to it.
Yeah.
But other than that, so they're all fun.
Dude, this thing looks gorgeous.
I'm pretty happy. I'm glad you are too.
So here we are, one step closer to having my Malibu ready to head south for sick week and hopefully get out of this weather as soon as possible. I'm ready to head back to Florida immediately.
Gonna drive a car way across the border. She's the only one. She keep her mind in order. I'm not a bad man, but I know where I stand. If I have your love, got to have your love in my hand. Yeah, I'm coming for it, baby. Takes a good man, yeah, to know a good woman. I ain't so much a good man as a woman needs loving. I'm a driving down the highway, getting closer to your love. I'm going pretty fast now, but it ain't fast enough. Listen. Wildfire shooting through my veins, burn the fever through my brain. Wildfire, woman, something you got. I start to shiver when you do that, baby. It takes a good man to know a good woman. I ain't so much a good man as a woman needs loving. So I'ma burn up the freeway, ain't nothing in sight. You know it takes a lot of loving to keep me driving all night. Hey. Wildfire shooting through my veins, burn the fever through my brain. Wildfire, woman, something you got. I start to shiver when you do that, baby.
That's way better to me. I like that a lot.
We couldn't put the hood pins on right now because the standalone fuel cell's in the way and the battery's in the way over here, and they didn't really want to get into all that because there's a lot of wiring. So I told him I'd take care of it because they can't get to the bottom side of the core support.
Dude, I think you should use those quick latches instead of the pins.
I don't want them things.
Stick out too much on the
Yeah.
tan. Yeah, it definitely needs those pins so that way it's
Yeah. Yeah, we'll work on that.
I like it though. Dude, I still think you should do the lower balance like the Monty though.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. These things with the lower balance look just absolutely gangster.
All right, everybody, it's Thursday. It's officially shit weather season. Woke up this morning, it's cold as hell outside. Flurries are flying, snow's flying. Vicky's got a fire going in the pellet stove in the living room, keeping us warm. Anyway, I'm headed up to Bob's today. That 502 big block Ford is ready to fire up on the dyno. And the plan is for today, I think we're gonna get it fired up, make sure it runs okay, check oil pressure, and put some heat cycles on it. And if everything goes okay, John Menarchik's gonna come up tomorrow from Kentucky. He's the guy that owns that beautiful red 64 Mercury Marauder. This is his engine. If everything goes okay today, he's gonna come up tomorrow. We'll make some dyno pulls on it and then hopefully pull it off the dyno and send him home with his engine. He's really excited to hear what it sounds like with the new hydraulic roller from Iski. So we're gonna fire it up this afternoon on the dyno and see what it sounds like and put some heat cycles on it. And if everything goes okay, John's gonna come up tomorrow, make some pulls on it with us and take it home. While I'm on my way up to Bob's to go check out things at the machine shop, the kids are busy up at the House of Pearls, working their tails off in the body shop, working on Mom and Dad's 55 Chevy. They're now in the final stages of block and making sure all the chrome trim fits before they begin painting the jambs and under the hood. Although to me the car looks ready to paint, there's so many little minor details that they want to take care of before that happens. It's these minor details that make a real difference once the car's finished. And of course it's like that with anything in life. The small details are important in everything. What's going on, Uncle Bob?
Another day in paradise.
You came from paradise. You were in Florida.
I did.
You came back. Why did you come back, Bob? You're wondering that yourself, huh? So you got this thing on the dyno.
Yep.
We ready to fire it up?
Let's hear it run.
All right, let's see it. That thing sounds really, really good.
It does.
I think it sounds better than it did the last time we had it on here.
Certainly hope so.
Put a few heat cycles on it. Maybe we can make a pull. All right, guys, it's Friday morning. John's on his way up to come check out his engine. We're going to dyno it today with him. But before I go to the machine shop, I need to run an errand for Tony and Tess. I got to drop their Mustang off at the body shop to get some paint work touched up on it because they're taking the white car to PRI. So fire up this old Subscursion here and get on the road. Oh, please start. It should start. Tony and Tess leave this truck and trailer here in Ohio so that they have something to use to tow with when they come back to visit. I do my best to keep the batteries up on it and keep it road ready for them so that when they come back, they don't have to work on it. But in November here in Ohio, you never know what you're going to find when you go out and turn the key on something that's been sitting out in the cold. Thankfully, the old 734 didn't give too much trouble this morning, and it made its way up to the body shop without any problems. Billy pulled in just after I did, so he could help me unstrap the Mustang and shove it inside. Tony managed to break the transmission at plates and 28s, so he's going to have to work on it when he comes back. But in the meantime, the Mustang's going to get a little attention up at House of Pearls to get it ready to put on display at PRI. Anyway, after Billy and I dropped the Mustang off at the body shop, it was time for me to head on up to Bob's and check in on him and see how he's doing. He's been awfully busy up at the machine shop working on a number of different projects, and this morning he was busy working on Allison's dad's 340 for the Duster that they plan on taking to Sick Week. So while Bob and Ryan are busy working in the shop trying to get caught up on other projects, I went back to the dyno room to pull the carburetor off the 502 that belongs to Bob and install John Menarchik's 850 ATM carburetor that he won that initially kicked off this entire project. John's carburetor is actually an 850 compared to Bob's 1050 dyno carburetor that we fired it up with yesterday. Hey, I just got done bolting your carburetor on.
Sweet. Looks good.
Yeah, it does look good. We haven't fired it up with your carburetor yet. I just finished bolting it on just as you were walking in.
Oh, good deal.
So we'll get Bob in here and we'll get this thing fired up and let you hear it run. As we fired up John's engine for the first time and let him hear it run, I soon found out there was a little bit more to this story than I realized. So initially, we didn't know that this thing was in that bad a shape. And it kind of sucks to have a nice car parked in the garage and you can't drive it. You don't feel like driving it because you're afraid something's going to happen.
Right. Well, it was more than that. You know, we got it done just in time for Dad to take one last ride, so to speak, honestly. So we done that, and he ended up passing away. Well, 2 months later.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So.
So you guys put that engine together and put it in the car, and he got to drive it one time.
Yes. So when he passed, it's kind of hard. Sorry.
It's all right.
The car's set. You know, it's hard. It was hard to get in the car and take it out or whatever. So it set for probably 3 years, and then we would get it out. I changed the oil, you know, because it's set, even though it didn't need it. And we would take it to a car show and whatever, and then it would set again. And then I noticed it had an issue, and I didn't want to ruin the engine.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to get parts together to change the lifters and whatnot. And then just so happens we order a T-shirt, and I get a phone call, and it's you, and went to KD. And, met you all, and
you're like, hey man, I won the carburetor.
I said, hey man, I'm the guy that won the carburetor. And Miss Vicky was like, oh, it's you. So I was talking to you, and you know, you said bring the car up, and I explained to you what was going on, and I couldn't. So,
yeah, because I wanted to put the carburetor on it and help you
right, and
dial it in.
I would have loved that even more. So, but you know, as luck have it, you offered to take the engine and fix it, and it ended up being a lot more than what you had planned on, and sorry for that, but
oh, it's all right.
I'm the luckiest guy in the world right now.
Well, I mean, when we met at KD and you told me that it might have something going on with the engine and you didn't feel comfortable driving it up there,
right.
I started asking questions because obviously I've got friends in high places.
Yes.
Old Nolan Jamor at Iski. So when you said it might have a lifter problem or something like that, I thought, I bet you I can fix that, because I detest flat tappet camshafts.
Yeah.
I really like hydraulic or solid rollers. So.
Yeah, I don't know. That was bad on my part. I should have put a hydraulic roller in it. But
well, they're expensive. I mean, when you're on a budget, you know, and you can get a camshaft for a third of the cost of a hydraulic roller and roller lifters.
And you know, it's a street car, and I have to reel myself in because, you know, like anybody else, I want to go as far as you can go.
Right.
And, sometimes you can get too far, but, you know, I want to be able to drive it. I want to be able to put my family in the car and go on these cruises with you all.
Yeah.
That's my end goal. It's a little bit, you know, dial it down some and have a good, reliable street car.
Right. Well, you should have that now.
Yes, I agree. I should have that now, and I can't wait to get it in.
Me too. I can't wait to go for another ride on it.
Oh.
I can't wait to see you put the pedal to that thing and say, "Oh."
I'll tell you what. I'll take you for a ride, or I'll let you drive it. As long as you give me a ride to Malibu.
All right, deal. right, let's get you going.
Thanks.
So now it's the moment John's been waiting for. We get to hear this thing make a pull on the dyno for the first time. You guys ready for this?
Please don't be too long while you're gone. There ain't enough to keep me here too long. And not like the last time I stood in line, just enough to keep me bouncing off the wall. Yeah. The new trade that comes around, bills and all, enough to kill him while he sleeps. Is this the alley we drag him to? Just stop of Hollywood and Normandy. If it worked like she said it would, just like in Hollywood, just like a bad dream, or so it seems. Just like I'm back in the emergency. If it worked like she said it would, just like or so it seems. Just like well, I'm back in the emergency.
So when you brought this thing in here, it was a mess. We didn't know it was a mess, but it was definitely a mess.
It ended up being a mess.
And it got to be a bigger mess after we made that pull.
Yes.
But like, that didn't cause it. It was doing it before.
No, it was doing it before.
Yeah.
So Bob, when you took it apart, all 8 intake valves were bent.
Yes.
So we replaced all 8 intake valves. We put that Isky hydraulic roller in it. And when you went to check piston to valve, it only had 50 thousandths.
Yeah, when that camshaft, the original one, came in here, it was already advanced 4 degrees, so which made it tighter. So when we put Iskies in, which is a different camshaft, it still was, you know, and maybe in a race application it could have been fine, but I'm conservative on everything. I want it to be enough room. I want it to live. And so
It's got to be Jimmy Dale proof for Uncle
yeah,
Bob.
you know, it's just,
I don't know if anything's Jimmy Dale.
yeah, well, I don't know. I've got pretty good luck. But so I just wanted to make sure we had plenty of room and it, you know, it worked good.
Yep.
And so then we put the rod bearings in while we had it apart and checked everything and checked the clearances on the rod bearings. I didn't look at the mains at all. Never took a cap off. I had no reason to.
Yeah.
And really just that's where it went.
Well, it sounds great. Made good horsepower. If it's safe, it's a driver, so I'm more than pleased.
I mean,
with
we've
what
tuned
made.
it. I think we've tuned it to where it really should be pretty decent when you put it in the car.
Yeah.
Because when you put mufflers and everything on it,
Right.
Yeah, we got big headers on this thing.
Yeah.
yeah, it's got 2-inch headers on it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So when you put it in the car, you know, we might still need to take a little fuel away from it, but I think overall it's in pretty good shape. You should be able to put it right in the car, and I think you're going to notice it as soon as you pull out of the driveway and go up the road. You're going to notice the torque.
Well, from what I've seen, I'm definitely going to notice it.
Well, it made what, 550 something when?
Yeah.
Beating off the
Be-
valves.
Yeah.
Unhappily, it made 550.
I don't know how.
And then it just made 604, but the torque is through the roof.
Yes. Which I need all that.
You need all that you can get.
She's a big car.
Well, let's get this thing off the dyno so you can head back to Kentucky with it.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Isky. Thank all of you, Nolan.
No problem, man.
you all bought.
Yeah, you want a carburetor.
I won the carburetor, but
Turns into a little bigger
it was
project.
a lot more than a carburetor.
Well, I like to under-promise and over-deliver.
Well, I'm super appreciative.
What's going on out here?
Babysitting.
Looks like we're decorating too.
We're trying. And
We got
Addie
a-
got all these bags done.
Huh?
Addie got all those shipping bags full.
Oh, we're still shipping merch. That's right. Today's the last day of the giveaway. So I got to get this video up as soon as possible to remind everybody
Yeah.
today's the day.
11:59 on November 23rd.
So if you're watching this, it's almost too late or it already is too late. All right, so if I had to guess, I'd say John's probably already putting his engine back in his Mercury. I'm out here in the shop today to finish up this video. Don't forget the 55 Chevy's 496 engine. This is your last day to get registered or to get signed up to win this thing. TheOldMan'sGarage.shop is the website you need to go to for all the details. If you're seeing this, it might already be too late. The drawing ends tonight at midnight. So Saturday, if you're watching this Saturday evening, you need to get to Old Man's Garage, TheOldMan'sGarage.shop, and get your merch so that you can enter to win that 496. I'm really happy that we got that engine back to John, and can't wait to take a ride in that Mercury. That is a beautiful, beautiful car. It rides really nice, it drives really nice, and now it's going to run really nice. So I really appreciate everybody watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. It really helps. Also, of course, buying the merch. We're looking forward to doing a whole lot of really cool things in the next few months. We've got some new ideas and some new projects coming. Really excited about all that. I can't wait to share it with everybody. But for tonight, I think that's about it. I'm gonna get this video edited and get it finished and get it uploaded so you guys can enjoy it. And I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks, everybody.